This conference today because this horrible day was the opening salve on the global jihad on the West. Now, yes, it was raging underneath the surface for some time, but that's when so many of us, myself included, became activated. That's what we are. We are activated. And it deeply troubles me that the narrative on this day has been co-opted and twisted, of course, in the most delicious fashion. That's what they do. They deliver a steaming pile of dung in a beautifully wrapped gift. A day of service. It's not a day of service. Tomorrow, you want to serve? Be my guest. Today is a day of mourning. Today is a day of grieving. Today we remember our war dead. Not just here on the homeland, but in Iraq and Afghanistan. And we must be the gatekeepers of this day. You see what they're teaching in school? 9/11 is a day of healing and reconciliation. Listen, I'm all for reconciliation and healing, but you have to teach the history, and the history is not being taught. And this is incumbent upon us. This is incumbent upon us. I've often said when you come to my events, and I applaud you and thank you for coming today. I know most of you work and had to take the day off. And I knew that going in. I knew it would be difficult. But it should be a national holiday, a day of memory. That's how terrible this day was. And we also need to understand the price for freedom. It's not just paid by Nellie Brzezinski, who will speak after another great mom, but who lost her only son on 9/11, and who stood with me everywhere I went to fight that Ground Zero mosque. She came with me, and she called me up. Where are we going? Where are you? You don't call me. Like a mom. She's like my mom. And Bev Pearlson, Band of Mothers, leader of Band of Mothers. What a hero. In this room, there are so many heroes. Freedom is a process. When they gave us the Declaration of Independence, it wasn't over. It just began. It's a process. No one is going to save you. You are going to save you. And when they flew those planes into those buildings, were those doctors and lawyers, moms, dads, and sons and brothers, were they our soldiers? Were they our fighters? Were they wearing uniforms? Yeah. And so are you. The reason why I organized this conference was because I know we don't have to tell you what's going on. We don't have to tell you there's a war raging in the information battle space, that all the bullets and bombs and bloodshed comes as a result of what happens in that war. We are working at a very extreme disadvantage because the media, many who are in the room, who won't report on this, I'll add, unless somebody says something wrong, then it'll be on the front page. The media is at war with the people. It's interesting to me that they need freedom of speech more than anyone else. But they side. They're siding with the very people that will eventually be their executioners. So we have to leapfrog over the media. And that's why you're here today, and that's why we're holding this conference. To help you make a difference. You want to make a difference? You don't know how? You are all one-man media organizations. You have lists, you have email lists, you have group serves, you're on Facebook, you have friends, they have friends, and so on and so on. Each one of you, every day that you wake up and you rub the sleep from your eyes, has to say to yourselves, what am I going to do today to save the Republic? Always have your camera or your phone with you. Always record everything. You're the only reliable witness. You are a one-man media organization. You must do this, and you must call out the media on their deception and their lies. You must, when they tape you, you make sure you tape them. They're not used to it. They're not used to being called on anything. And I do articles on them. And I have the recording or I have the email interview, and they look foolish. And I love it. And when they Google search their names, suddenly it's not just a byline in the New York Times, but thousands of people snarking on them. And they're very thin-skinned because they've never been challenged them before. Challenge! Push back. Do not Do not be on the defense. You are on the offense. You are right. You are righteous in this cause. We will win, but every single one of you must be a soldier. And every single one of you must raise armies. We know we can raise armies. Yeah, you want to see an army? Where's the Ground Zero Mosque protest? You can defeat it. When the president and the mayor, Ayatollah Bloomberg, when everybody's against you, you can win. So we assembled this panel because, in my arrogant opinion, we have in this room some of the most esteemed and preservers of freedom in the world, from all over the world. And not only on the dais, but in the room. There is a gentleman here from Burma who's fighting the hoax now that's going down on the Islamization of Burma. We have India. We have, stand up please for the Indian table.
Yes! Yes!
We have Burma. We have Malaysia. They're burning those churches down in Malaysia. And we have an extraordinary historic event. We have the leadership from, in my opinion, the fierce and only effective counter-jihadist group in the UK. That's the EDL. Tommy Robinson.
Yes! God bless you, Tommy. Good work, guys.
They best exemplify the campaign of smear, defamation, lies, and destruction. All of you have read what they have made out of the EDL. I hang with these boys. They're lovely. They're trying to protect their home. This is their crime. It's outrageous, and you have to stand up for them. Because what it's being done to them will be done to you.
You know it.
Understand what I'm saying. My partner in Europe, Anders Gravis, is here, leader of the Stop Islamization of Denmark. David Yerushalmi, who is actually Superman, but he wears, the Jewish garb to fool people, who handles all of our legal work and won historic cases here in New York, the ads of which you see around the room. The posters around the room are examples of our work and what we're doing. And when you give us money, and you have to give us money, we have no big donors, we're too controversial. But this room is costing me, the security all over the room is costing me, I'm feeding you, and I didn't bring in McDonald's. I brought you like fancy food. You have to give us money, you have to help us. You see it in the street. We have a full program, I'm going to stop talking now. The first person I want to bring up is Bev Pearlson. She's the leader of the Band of Mothers. She is the most fierce activist fighting on behalf of our soldiers